talk a little bit about what's happening with the cost of food and where all of this is headed. So we've all kind of read things and heard things, and there's articles and there's a lot going on from a lot of different directions about the rising cost of food and other things, housing, diesel, a lot of things right now. I think the one that hits home the most really is food, because this is something we all have to have every day, and it's very important fuel for our bodies, right? So the reasons why it's happening are varied everywhere. I can tell you there's a lot of theories about, is this being done intentionally or not, whether that is or isn't correct. I can tell you some legitimate things that we have had. We're coming out of a drought, and there has been some impact with some very extreme winter weather in other places, like Winter Storm Uri here in Texas just about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. That really hit the citrus here. Florida got wiped out with some hurricanes in their citrus. California did have a drought, and that's where a lot of, especially organic produce, comes from. So there are a lot of things that are playing into this. I feel like there's some things that we can do to empower ourselves to really prepare for how do we navigate this with our budget. So this is why I like to teach people to really look at your overall budget at home, and when you learn to focus a pretty good amount on food, you learn that will sustain you for everything else. Because when you focus on food, that is your fuel for your body to keep going. It's your fuel to keep you healthy. It is also your fuel for your brain to work right and to have that mindset and clarity of what you need for everything else to fall in line, is to have good food and nutrition. It's super important. I am noticing a trend right now due to the grocery store bills going up. People are shifting to going out to eat more. I think that's only going to last so long, because restaurants and cafes are having to raise their prices as well, and that's really going to catch up. So ultimately, that does not benefit the body, because going out to eat every meal usually means a lot more preservatives, a lot more chemicals, food dyes, a lot more of all of those glyphosate and Roundup and the things that, toxins that your body really can't handle. Anytime you are eating fresh food that you cook yourself, or organic food, something that's clean and whole food, your body takes so much more from it. So ultimately, that's going to catch up, and people are going to learn to budget back to the grocery store and cooking. And I know out of the past 2 years, especially since everything that we've gone through with the pandemic, we've really shifted to going out to eat more for some reason, rather than cooking our own food. This is the time to get back to learning those skills of cooking for yourself. And when you do that, look at how to do it, not just open a can, open a box, dump and stir. Learn to do it with ingredients, because this is also the time to get back to growing your own food. It is so easy to take seeds when you go to the store and you're buying garlic. It's so easy when you find one that's like not as happy. Great, plant that in your backyard. Garlic grows great here, by the way, in Texas. But even if it's in a pot, if you're not sure and you need to bring it in winter, you can do that so easily. Seeds saved from pumpkins, whatever it is you have, melons. It's so easy to look up, how do I save seeds for each produce that you get? So you're not eating the seeds, then save them, and you can grow from it. It's a lot easier. So this is the time to get back to that habit, putting your hands and feet into the dirt and then growing your own food. It's a great way to teach your kids skills that will carry them through forever. And it's also a great way to release stress, getting back into nature. It's a great hobby that can actually benefit you financially as well as your health and body. Seeds, if you do buy seeds, they're very inexpensive, and you can learn to compost, which means you take your food scraps, literally put them in a pile in the yard, and just cover them with leaves, and eventually you're going to end up with good compost soil, goes right back to it. So it's a nice closed loop system that we've kind of lost a little bit of that habit and that skill, this is a great time to get back to that. There are a lot of references that you can use and resources for how to do that. I love Farmer's Almanac. Farmer's Almanac is a great place to really, they will hold you by the hand and walk you through and the how-to. Same with Mother Earth News. There's a lot of resources that you can find for that. That's free online. You can find that information. So this is a great time to get back to planting, seed saving, and then also getting back to cooking for yourself. And that's where here at the co-op we can help you, because we have ingredients. That's what we have, right? We have produce, the fresh produce that you can use. We love teaching people how to get back to the basics of, you know what, how do you work with an actual pumpkin rather than that canned stuff? It really is easier than you think. Your body takes way more nutrients from it. So nutrient-wise, you know what? You can have a whole lot less of those multivitamins and supplements when you're eating whole foods like this, because your body takes more from it. And then it's a much better experience too. You learn to stop wasting so much of it. So for example, let's just use pumpkin, right? Open it up, there's seeds you can save, seeds you can roast and eat, and the outside skin can be cooked and made into wonderful dog treats. At my house, I dip them in a little bit of chicken broth because my dog absolutely loves it, and then I just bake it, and he loves that. The inside we're eating for our dishes, there is nothing that gets wasted here, and this is what's helpful, is if we're looking at a financial crisis kind of coming down the pike, this is what you do to arm yourself, and this is the solutions that you can do. You learn to waste less, use more. When people get shares here at the co-op, our produce shares, we always offer 3 to 5 recipes of what people can make with what they're taking home, and they're all whole food recipes. So these are good nutrient foods in the ingredients that we give you ideas for. We're always there to give you resources. So if you are not sure how to go about cooking, here at the co-op we offer cooking classes too. We have somebody who has several coming up just this month. And so this is a great way that you can learn. There are even things online. There's tons of YouTube videos that'll show you how to for this one dish and that, how to get back to cooking and learning these skills. So if you're really busy, because I can hear a lot of you now going, I work so many hours just to keep up, how do I do it? Bulk cooking, 1 day a week, so many hours that you can put it all together, and you can fill your freezer with individual meals and then have meals for that day and a couple of days, and you're set for the week. It is doable, and this is the time to relearn those skills. So doing something like joining a co-op can really assist you in that process. That's what we love to do, but that's what most co-ops love to do. We're about education, right? To be a resource and network for you. So come learn how to get back to cooking and really helping your budget to be a little more balanced, and also how to get back to seed saving and growing those foods, which is a great hobby. A lot of things that you can learn, and we would love to be a part of that. You know, if it's not us and you don't live locally, find a co-op that you can join, because that is going to help you get further down the road. It's also going to help keep you out of the doctor's office, out of the clinics, away from illness, because you know what's really expensive? Way more than buying organic food. You know what's more expensive? Illness. Having an autoimmune disorder, cancer. These things are very, very expensive, and it's just going to keep going. So staying away from that, focusing on your body and your health goes so much further for your dollar than you think. So we really appreciate you taking time to watch this. If you like videos like this, please give us a like and share it with your friends. And we'd love for you to subscribe. Thanks, guys.